Them in the food court and in the airport and even in coffee shops now, and it seems that no matter where you turn, smoothies are popping up everywhere, and our next guest says it's for good reason. They're very popular. Heidi Harkoff is a nutrition specialist from the New England Dairy and Food Council, and she's joining us yet again here on CT Style. Welcome, Heidi.
Thank you.
How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Great. We're excited to have you back on and talk about smoothies. They seem to be everywhere. As you were saying, coffee shops now have smoothies.
Yep, and it's for a good reason because they're not only delicious and they're icy, and they're good all year long, but I think of summertime as them being a real special treat because of that coolness and iciness, and they're just packed full of nutrition. So they make a great snack and a great meal on the go.
Well, you have the protein, you have the dairy.
Yep.
In there.
So a traditional smoothie recipe would be a cup of fruit or a vegetable, and I'll show you some tricks for getting vegetables into your smoothies.
For all those parents out there with kids who don't like vegetables, it's a great
way to be sneaky and get some of the vegetables in. And then adding a cup of either yogurt or milk or a combination of the two, depending how thick you like it. So you get all the antioxidants, the fiber from the produce, you get the protein and the 8 other essential nutrients that you need. And that protein and that fiber together will really help tie you over into your next meal. So it's a great combination.
Is it better to use yogurt or milk based on the nutritional value?
Well, it depends what you're looking for. From the nutritional value, they both have this similar nutrient package. Certainly if you go with yogurt, the nice thing about that is you can make your smoothies even the night before, put them in the fridge, because the yogurt will stay thick. Whereas if you start with like a frozen fruit and milk, the frozen fruit will thaw overnight.
It'll get
a little thinner. So the yogurt will keep that thickness going. And certainly Greek yogurts are really full of protein. So if you're really looking to try to get some extra protein in there, that would be something you want to look into.
Hence the Chobani here. You brought a little bit of a little tester here, and we're going to be making some smoothies today.
We are. I brought a couple of my own personal favorites with me.
Okay.
And I'm going to share with you some ideas to start a smoothie, but at the end I like to show you some ways to come up with your own creative combinations because really anything goes. And what's nice about this is it's a great chance to bring the kids into the kitchen.
Yeah.
When children put crazy things together, we think it might not go, but when they do it, they love it, and it's a fun way to get them to try different kinds of produce in particular.
And it's healthy. That's the most important
That's right.
thing.
So what I have here is a green smoothie, and children in particular, they like colorful food. What this is it's a great way to get some greens in. So I have a combination here. It's kale, spinach, and collard greens, and it's the baby leaves. So we're going to just put them into my little blender here.
Kale is very popular now. It's like the superfood, it seems like.
It is, and what's amazing is when you do this, and I'm going to add some pineapple. You can add fresh pineapple, but certainly if you're in a rush, you can use these little single-size containers of it. When you put in here, you don't even really pick up on the taste of the greens. It's just a really nice combination. I like putting a little bit of yogurt in because it adds that thickness, and then when I'm on the go, it still stays thick even when I'm traveling around.
So you put that stuff in there. That took you, what, all of 30 seconds there? Add a little bit of milk, 1%.
Yep. And we're going to cap that up. Now, I find the fruit is enough with its own natural sweetness, but certainly if somebody wants to add a little bit of maple syrup or honey, they can. So I'm going to just go for a minute.
It's going. It's going. And the great thing is, like you said, you can make this, leave it in the fridge overnight, and grab it and go, give it to the kids in the morning, or bring it for work with yourself.
And if you don't have one of these little small blenders, you can use a larger blender. You can even use an immersion mixer. Many people have this in their house, so you could just put in a large container and put it right in like that and blend it this way.
I'm just going to smell it. Can I give it a little tace? Do you mind?
I didn't mix it thoroughly, so you may have a few little pieces but go ahead and give it a try. And what I also brought in is an example of how you can use frozen produce. What do you think?
This is great.
Surprising, isn't it?
This is really good, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next one.
So this shows how you can use frozen fruit to really make something that's very milkshake-like, which kids will really like, and adults as well. So this is made with frozen mango and yogurt as well, and a little bit of milk, and pureed that one up, and that's a real delicious tropical treat. Frozen produce is a great way to bring more produce into your diet in the wintertime when fresh is sometimes there and sometimes not as good as you may want it, but it's a great option as well, has all the same nutrients as fresh. This is one of my favorites because it's a banana buttermilk, and it uses 2 items that we often don't use up in our house and end up throwing away. This time of year, I find my bananas are ripening really fast, and it's hard to keep up with them. So making smoothies is a great way to use the produce in your house that's starting to ripen quicker than you can keep up with it. How many times do we buy buttermilk for a recipe, use a half a cup, and the rest of it goes away, and you can blend that up?
Almost every day.
Every day?
Almost every day do I use buttermilk like that. But no, that's a great way to take, as
Yeah.
you said, 2 ingredients that sometimes don't always last super long, or you're not using the full ingredient, combine them into something that's very healthy and tasty. Can I try this one? Do you mind?
You can. Go
Okay.
ahead. I added some lemon to this. If you're going to make this ahead of time, you want to add some lemon because banana does brown over time.
Very tasty as well.
Now, you can always add nut butters to your smoothies to add extra protein in addition to what the dairy is going to deliver. And you can have fun with a lot of different combinations. Think
You have
about
avocado.
Well, you know, I brought the avocado in because avocado is like a blank canvas. Anything you put in there, it'll just carry the flavor for it. So avocado and strawberry is great. You hardly even pick up on the avocado. It just gives it a nice creaminess and a nice thickness to it as well that will last even if you do it the night before. Think of your favorite desserts. If you enjoy apple pie, think of having applesauce, yogurt, milk, walnuts, and cinnamon. You puree that up.
You really can't go wrong, Heidi. There's so many options here. And the great news is that you guys have a program with schools where you're bringing smoothies and health into schools here in Connecticut.
That's right. Our Dairy Farm Families of Connecticut are always committed to trying to help their communities within where they live, and they have provided funds for schools. So if schools are interested in bringing smoothie equipment in to offer as part of their meal program so the kids can have this really nutritious snack and meal as well, they can go to our website. It's newenglanddairycouncil.org
Okay.
and find out how to get funds for their school.
Very nice.
And if you're interested in some of these recipes, in addition to other ones, you
Must
can go
be
to
milk.
mustbethemilk.com.
Mustbethemilk.com. Make sure that you guys check it out. Heidi, thank you so much for joining us here on CT
Thanks.
Style. Always great having you here, informing us with some healthy options, especially for the kids at home. And Teresa, we're going to send things over to you.